Alright, so today we're going to be talking about my top eyeshadow palette recommendations under 20 bucks. One time I wear color and you can't even see it. Here it is. So I did a video fairly recently on my eyeshadow palettes I regret buying. So today we're talking about ones I actually like. If you want to see a high-end palette version of this, let me know down below, but these are just ones that you can find online or in the drugstore for under 20 bucks. So if you're excited for this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. If you want to stick around, you can subscribe. I upload every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 6 p.m. Pacific time. Next week, there's going to be 4 videos. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday. Here we go. Favorite palettes under 20 bucks. All right, so these are in no order whatsoever, but this just happens to be the cheapest one out of all the ones I'm going to be talking about. These are the new Wet n Wild Color Icon palettes. So in the past, Wet n Wild's palettes have looked like this. They recently kind of repackaged them. These are different formulas. I think I still love this palette. This is like one of those OG palettes I've had. This definitely needs to be tossed or something because it's for sure expired. This palette I've used for years and loved. I've always had a little thing for Wet n Wild eyeshadows. I think they're great options from the drugstore. And these two new palettes that they came out with, this one is Not a Basic Peach, and then this one is Rosé in the Air. These are both awesome. They retail for $4.99 each, which, I mean, come on, you can't beat that. This one, the shades obviously look pretty similar to the Anastasia Modern Renaissance palette. This one I'm wearing on my eyes right now, so all of the matte shades that I'm wearing are from this palette today. The yellow is from a different palette I'll talk about, but the blue down here I used, and then the matte brown shades, they're just so pigmented, they don't blend away. That's like my one thing with eyeshadows is that I like my eyeshadows to be easy to blend, easy to work with, but to not be too powdery and to not blend away. That's usually what I look for in shadows. I like them to have a little bit of a grip to them because I find that for me, that's just how I can get the best kind of eye look with it. That's what these ones do for me. I love the matte shades in here. I just feel like you can get a really nice blended look with these, and for $5, really great option from the drugstore. And Wet n Wild does a lot of sales. So Wet n Wild at the drugstore, you can almost always find 40% off, buy one, get one half off. So always wait for it to go on sale because you'd be able to get these for around $3 on sale. I'm pretty sure I have videos either wearing or using all of these palettes I'm talking about. So you can always just search the name of any product and the Tela in YouTube. And if I have a video wearing it, it'll come up because I put everything in the description box. So if you want to see what any of these look like on or see them in action or whatever, check out that video. I'm not doing foundation swatches. Wow. I'm on autopilot. I'm not doing eyeshadow swatches like on my arm or anything in this video because I just don't find eyeshadow swatches to be that helpful because shadows just look totally different on your eyes and depending on how you apply them with a brush or with your finger, wet, dry. But I will kind of finger swatch a few here and there for you guys. So here are some from the Not a Basic Peach palette. Wow, I'm gonna need like 10,000 wipes in this video. And then I love this shade in this palette. This is like the camel brown color I always go for. By the way, the shadows I'm mentioning in this video are favorites regardless of their price. It's a bonus that they're under $20, but these aren't just like good for the price. These are just generally good eyeshadows in my opinion. Some of the palettes I'm talking about in this video are better than a lot of my high-end palettes, better than Viseart for sure in my opinion. You guys know how I feel about Viseart. So this next palette is by an indie brand. When I was going through all of my palettes for this video, what I did was kind of just put all my favorites in a pile and then I looked up to see the prices. I did not think this one was going to be under $20. It's actually 18 bucks. This is the Saharan by Juvia's Place palette, and this one I am so in love with, like the color scheme. I always have such a hard time saying this word. Scheme. Oh man. Color scheme. That sounds right. Anyways, really like the color assortment in this palette. There's something about this. I don't know if it's just with like the packaging and everything. There's something so visually appealing about this palette to me, but I love this shade right here. It's like that super pretty greenish gold kind of shade. The matte shades and the shimmer shades in here are just really nice and pigmented. Look at those. Look at this shade. This one just speaks to me. Sokoto, such a nice bright orange kind of shade. 18 bucks and you're supporting a smaller business. I definitely want to try more palettes by Juvia's Place. I actually think I might have got this one on Hotlook or something. Sometimes they're on Hotlook for even cheaper, so you might be able to get this for under 18 bucks. You don't get a lot of fallout. Just overall great formula, and for 18 bucks, pretty good price. Almost just dropped that. So this next palette is one that has quickly grown on me. BH Cosmetics, in my opinion, makes some of the best affordable eyeshadow palettes. They always go on sale. So BH Cosmetics, again, is one of those ones that I probably wouldn't buy if it's not on sale because they always knock down all of their products at some point, so just wait for it to go on sale. But right now when I'm filming this, you can get this for $11. It normally retails for $18. 11 bucks right here. So this palette, they have a normal festival palette. This is the weekend festival palette. I've worn this in a few videos recently. These just have insane payoff, especially like it's hard to do a matte teal shade like this or this gold yellowy shade right here in the Amazon Alexa orders my makeup video. I've used these teal ones in a video too. I've used this shade Carnival. I've worn a bunch of these in different videos, so again, just search it if you want to see what they look like on. If you're looking for that palette that has a pop of color and that has a good mix of matte pops of color and shimmer pops of color, this one is the way to go. I also have a few other ones from BH Cosmetics in this video. I have a few favorite eyeshadow palettes by Morphe, but the ones that I really like the Jaclyn Hill one is one of my favorites, and the limited edition, that holiday one, can't think of the name off the top of my head. They don't make it anymore, but those two are my favorites by Morphe. Those ones aren't under $20, but I have two here that are great options for under $20. The packaging of these feel so nice and heavy. Their new formulas and packaging are totally different and are legit in my opinion. This one is the 15N. So this one you're gonna get a little bit more cool tones in here. And then this one, Day Slayer, is 15D. This one is very warm. The only thing I don't like about this palette is that on my skin tone, I can't get kind of a comprehensive look with this because there's just not enough light shades in here to use as like the transition and on my inner corner. So this one is like definitely one of those palettes that I have to use in combination with another thing, but so are most of these palettes. I feel like this would be a nice summer warm bronzy kind of palette. And then let me do a couple from the other one. I've already gone through 2 full wipes. This shade, Unique, in the other palette, oh my god, this is such a pretty shade. This would be a good wedding makeup shade. I really need to do the wedding makeup video. But this palette is really nice if you're more into a little bit more cool tones, which I am right now. I've been way more leaning towards cool tones on an everyday basis than warm tones, which is kind of ironic because we're coming into summer here. They're soft, super metallic, the mattes blend out, they're pigmented. I don't know what other adjectives I can use to describe eyeshadows in this video. I have like a pyramid of eyeshadows right now that are definitely gonna fall at some point. So next two I mentioned in my, I think that was the last Raves and Rejects video. Whoa, that's kind of trippy. I'm so in love with these palettes. These are the two new Milani palettes. I'm going to try not to totally blind you, but this one is the Bold Obsessions, and then we have the Most Loved Matte. So both of these retail for $20 on Milani's website. I've only found this in my area on Milani's website. I did order both of these from there, but I've heard from you guys that you can get them at Walmart for $15. These look like Tarte palettes to me. Everything about these palettes, from the actual quality of the eyeshadows to the packaging, just everything, I love. I love that they have a light cream shade right here that is light enough to use on my lids. They have some nice transition shades in here. You can actually get a really cool toned look with this using some of the kind of mauve purple tones in here. These are definitely one of the better drugstore releases. Words are rough today. Releases that's ever come out. Again, this shade, I feel like it's a really pretty wedding-ish kind of shade. Look at that. Ooh, yeah. I don't know why I'm doing this with my bad hand right now. This feels weird. Here are some of the metallic shades, and here's a few of the mattes. Both of these Milani palettes I like better than Tarte palettes I've used in the past. They feel like high-end palettes, they look like high-end palettes, but they're drugstore. This is one of those palettes that I've been talking about for years on my channel now, and I feel like this is so friggin' underrated. This is the BH Cosmetics Foil Eyes palette. Again, this is one of those palettes that they have matte versions of this that I'm not a fan of, but the foil eye one, you need. And right now when I'm filming this is on sale for $8 for this palette. It's normally $13.99, which is still an amazing price. Pigmentation in these are insane. They give you that super metallic kind of look on their own, but also if you wet your brush and use these, like just spray some setting spray, MAC Fix Plus, whatever, and you can get even more insane color. But look at that blue. I have videos wearing the blue one. I have tons of videos wearing this palette. The thing I like about this palette is that you have these crazy pops in some kind of different shades, like this metallic kind of mint green one, but then you also have more neutrals in here, and then you have these light ones up here. I feel like this is just a good palette to have if you like metallic shadows. And $8, folks, $8. I was probably really loud in the mic, sorry about that. So Bad Habit you can find on Shop Hush, and they're kind of known for doing dupes of palettes. I actually really did not like one of the dupes I tried in the Subculture palette video, where I was comparing the Makeup Revolution one and one of the Bad Habit ones. I'll link that video in the eye, but in that video a bunch of you guys were like, you need to try out other palettes by them because they have some bomb ones. So this palette you can get for $12. It is a dupe for the Anastasia Prism palette. This one I like because there are just some very unique as I'm saying as it's a dupe. But there are just some really cool tones in here that I don't have a whole lot. Like this is one of my favorite shades in here. I have a video using this shade. Right now, the yellow on my eyes that you're seeing on my lids is this one right here. You do have to build up this yellow quite a bit, but I just find the best way is to pat using your finger. Just pat it on, do a couple layers. These are ones that if you're using the shimmery shades, they can have a bit of a fallout. They are a little bit more powdery than what I usually like. So I would recommend wetting your brush if you're going to be using these, just so you don't have a ton of fallout all over. But they are very pigmented. I like the colors in here. I find that the matte ones and the shimmer shades in here I can use, I like. Okay, so next up is a ColourPop eyeshadow. ColourPop obviously makes some great affordable shadows. This one is just my most reached for palette that they've come out with. This is the You Had Me at Hello palette. This palette retails for $18. I think, again, because there are some cool tones in here, and I'm just really into that right now, but I love the light shade in here. That one is so pretty. Can you tell I have a thing for this tone right here? Here are a few of them. I like that they have kind of more basic, oh shit. Yeah, just totally dug my nail on that. I like that they have kind of just 4 basic shades right here that you can pretty much create any look with, and then just go in with the shimmer shades in this palette. So I do feel like this is one that if you want one palette that you can create a full look with, this would be that. You could put this on the inner corner. You could use this dark shade to kind of smoke things out, deepen it up. So if you've been wanting to try a ColourPop palette and you just don't really know where to start, this could be a good option. Okay, so these last two, if we're being real technical, are technically not under $20. They retail for $22, but they're BH Cosmetics, and like I said, BH Cosmetics always goes on sale, and I've seen both of these palettes for around $11 to $14, so you definitely can get these under $20, like way under $20, which is why I still wanted to include it, so let's just chill, it's okay. Both of these I talked about a shit ton. This is the BH Cosmetics Zodiac palette. This is one of my all-time favorite palettes, just because I love the matte shades in here, I love the shimmer shades in here. I just feel like you can get so many different looks with this palette. Mattes are so soft. Oh, look at that, look at that. This is one of those palettes that it actually looks pretty friggin' similar to this on your actual eye. That is how metallic and insane they are, and for if you can get it for around 15 bucks or under, which you can, this is bomb. And then last is the BH Cosmetics Carli Bybel Deluxe Edition palette. Again, I've used and talked about this so many times. My mirror actually cracked because I'm pretty sure I brought this traveling and it broke, but this is like a romantic shadow kind of palette for me. I feel like if you're doing any kind of like date makeup, Valentine's Day, you have more cool tones in here, but then there are still some warm tones. These ones I don't like as face highlighters, just for what I usually like, because I do like more of a sheen rather than like a metallic face highlight, but you can use these as eyeshadows too. I just feel like every time I've done my shadow with this palette, I like how it turns out. I don't have to worry about anything with this. They just somehow always work, and they always blend together, and they always look good, and it's friggin' marble packaging, so that's always a plus. Those are all of my recommendations for palettes under 20 bucks. If you guys have any others that you really enjoy under $20, let me know what they are down below. I'm gonna have everything I talked about linked down below and the makeup I'm wearing right now, but I'll just quickly go through it. I told you guys what's on my eyes. My lashes are the Eyelure Corner Lashes 005. I tried this foundation combo today, which I'm also kind of obsessed with. I hope this wears well throughout the day because I really like this so far. I mentioned this in the oily skin video, but this is the Estee Lauder Double Wear Maximum cover. I mixed it in with the Lorac Natural Performance, which is one of my favorite foundations if I want kind of more medium coverage. It's NP1. This just gives any foundation that really pretty skin-like glowy look. So these two mixed together I'm really feeling. For a face highlight today, I used the Soap & Glory Love at First blush. This is like a very pinky one, but then you can also just go in with this light white shade and kind of hit the high points right there. For bronzer, I used, it's literally at the bottom of my eyeshadow stack right now. Let's try. Uh-oh. Oh no. Oh yeah. Okay. By Pores bronzer. And then blush I used Too Faced Papa Don't Peach. Lips I used L'Oreal Infallible Tongue Tied. I feel like I'm forgetting something. Okay. As I'm posing for thumbnails, I just remembered the thing I forgot on my eyes. I used the Stila Diamond Dust Glitter just right on the center. Knew I was forgetting something. But if you enjoyed this video, you can give it a thumbs up. I love you guys. Thanks for watching. See you in my next video. Bye. I feel like overall, where was I going with that sentence? I have an indie brand. What the heck? You know when your phone dings and then nothing pops up? That drives me crazy. You can get either online or at the drugstore. That's usually where you can buy things. Whoa, that was a giant ass bird that just flew by.